2C-E is a psychedelic phenethylamine that has some entactogen effects. It's a member of the 2C family, and it can be a fairly intense psychedelic compared to other common psychedelics. The effects of a drug will vary for each user, especially with a hallucinogen like 2C-E. So, the most I can do is provide a general overview of the effects. Among the positive effects are mood lift, closed and open eye visuals, euphoria, music enhancement, stimulation, and introspection. The negative effects can include tension, heart rate increase, anxiety, confusion, nausea, vomiting, jaw tension, difficulty focusing, and racing thoughts. A common characteristic of 2C-E is a strong body high, which is usually at least described as intense and sometimes as uncomfortable. The body high consists of a feeling of energy, pins, and needles around the body. It's an energetic and stimulating psychedelic, making it different from a more sedating psychedelic like psilocin. Nausea, which can be intense, can occur, especially with higher doses. There are some empathy and love effects that may come up, but they're generally just going to appear when you're in social settings. Those effects also aren't as intense as what's seen with MDMA. For some users, 2C-E can provide introspective experiences. This effect is more likely to appear outside of active settings. Of the 2C drugs, and even psychedelics generally, 2C-E is more likely to provide very complex imagery when your eyes are closed. That imagery may also appear in your near vision when your eyes are open. 2C-E is usually said to be harder to handle than 2C-B. Orally, it lasts for 5 to 9 hours and begins working in 20 to 90 minutes, though it could last up to 14 hours with a larger dose. Shulgin listed its duration as 8 to 12 hours. There's less reliable information on intranasal use, but it appears to last for 3 to 6 hours and could extend to 9 hours. The onset is under 20 minutes and could be just a few minutes. 2C-E is a phenethylamine and a member of the 2C family, which also includes 2C-B, 2C-I, and 2C-P. We don't fully understand the drug's pharmacology, but 5-HT2A agonism likely plays a core role. It may also have other serotonergic and non-serotonergic actions. The drug was first synthesized by Alexander Shulgin, and it was then described in Shulgin's 1991 book, P-Call. Shulgin was a fan of the chemical, featuring it in his magical half-dozen set of drugs, which includes mescaline, DOM, and 2C-B. While it has been used since then, 2C-E has a limited history overall. A light oral dose is 5 to 10 milligrams, a common dose is 10 to 15 milligrams, and a strong dose is 15 to 30 milligrams or more. Shulgin listed its dose as 10 to 25 milligrams. Intranasally, a light dose is 1 to 3 milligrams, a common dose is 4 to 7 milligrams, and a strong dose is 8 to 12 milligrams or more. You should always check your local laws before ordering or using 2C-E. The substance is illegal in the United States as a Schedule 1 drug. It's also illegal in the UK, Finland, Israel, Sweden, and Germany. A couple deaths have been attributed to 2C-E, but there's too little information on those deaths to know what actually occurred. It's possible some are inaccurate reports. If they're real, it's likely doses beyond the recommended amount were used. The LD50 for the drug isn't known, and it's not clear how much could be a life-threatening amount. For healthy people, it appears relatively safe physically when a normal dose is used, though, just like with other hallucinogenic drugs, psychological distress lasting beyond the experience is possible. Tolerance develops right away, and it lasts for around a week. As with other drugs, for which we have limited information, it's best to use the drug infrequently, at the smallest possible dose, and without combinations. As always, if you have any questions, leave them in the comment section or the Reddit thread, which is linked in the description. Support on Patreon is greatly appreciated, since it allows me to provide more drug education. If you want to help out, head to patreon.com/thedrugclassroom. You can also contribute via PayPal, Bitcoin, or directly through YouTube on the channel page. You can connect with me on Twitter at Seth A. Fitzgerald and via email at thedrugclassroom@gmail.com.